If you couldn't tell already from my last video, where I nerd out for 30 minutes straight about gaming peripherals, I play a lot of first-person and third-person shooter games, but one franchise that I play more than anything else is Call of Duty. I've been a hardcore Call of Duty fan since all the way back in 2008. I started the franchise with COD 4 Modern Warfare. I have very fond memories playing this game for the first time with my older brother on his diabetic PlayStation 3 and being absolutely blown away by it. The graphics, the sounds, the music, the modern setting, flashbang through the door! It was unlike anything I had ever experienced before, being that I was only 11 years old when this game came out. This game, along with World at War and Modern Warfare 2, are the sole reason I wanted my own PS3, and I would get my wish granted that Christmas back in 2009. From then onward, me and my brother would play every game as they would come out every year, and as of today, I have played every Call of Duty game from the original back in 2003 all the way up to Black Ops 7. Minus a few exceptions. I bring all of this up because what I'm going to talk about is the inspiration that made me want to make this video. Call of Duty fucking sucks now. Majorly. I actually have not bought a Call of Duty game since Black Ops 4 all the way back in 2018. That was almost 8 years ago. And that's because I really hate Modern Warfare 2019. I hate Modern Warfare 2 2022. Vanguard, we don't speak of Vanguard.
I'm going to Baja Blast my fucking brains out.
Modern Warfare 3 was and Black Ops 6 was okay, but then after the first couple months since its release, it just got worse and worse and worse, to the point that it's not even the same game, a part of the same franchise anymore. It's more like Epic Games' awkward and creepy stepfather at the Christmas dinner party, who's also a repeat sex offender. Black Ops Cold War is literally the only COD game I've actually liked in the last 7 years, and even then, I didn't actually buy this game. It was given to me as a Christmas gift many years ago. In fact, every COD game that I've played past Black Ops 4 was either given to me as a gift from a friend or a relative, or I played it through the Xbox Game Pass, at least before they started jacking up all the prices. Not to mention that Activision in the last several years has become one of the most, if not the most heinous and disgusting corporations I've ever seen in this industry. I mean, you can literally see it in all of the footage I'm showing here. If I was to go on a tangent on every single abhorrent thing they have done in just the last 7 years to both the community and their own workforce, I would be here for the next 1 or 2 hours.
Dude,
Oh.
this looks just like Black Ops fucking 3.
Dude, the fucking packet burst, man. Dude, I'm on an Ethernet connection, bro. Like, I have a fiber optic network. Why am I fucking lagging?
Because it's Black Ops 6. And Black Ops 6 was just a reskin.
Same
of Black
fucking
Ops
netcode,
1.
same engine, same hub, same everything.
And so, I just refuse to spend any more money on these games. These days, if I'm playing a Call of Duty game, 99% of the time, it's an old game like the original Modern Warfare trilogy, or Black Ops 1 through 4. But sometimes, I also want something fresh, something new. And so I ask you, dear viewer, are you also a massive fan of Call of Duty, but at the same time you're also sick of the franchise? Are you also craving for something different? Well, I may have the solution for you. I've spent the last 3 to 4 years looking at all different types of shooter games that are often overlooked but most definitely deserve your attention. This is essentially going to be the first episode of what I'm going to call the Games You Could Be Playing Instead of Call of Duty series. Trademark, just kidding. These are all games that are either dirt cheap or free to play with zero pay to win implementation whatsoever, in case you're also someone who plays games on a budget. I'll be looking at games that you can play on console, PC, and mobile devices. So with that out of the way, why don't we take a look at the first game? And that game would be Military Conflict Vietnam is a PC multiplayer FPS game developed by a very small indie studio called Dustfade. It was actually made on the original Source engine, which is pretty crazy, which means that it's not very demanding in terms of spec requirements. It's retailed at $14.99 on Steam, and even though it still gets updates and has literally zero microtransactions, I would still wait for a sale on this game, and that's because of the game's incredibly small player numbers. According to SteamDB, last time I checked, this game had only a peak 24-hour player number of just 24 people. And so, in order to make the game actually playable, the servers are mostly filled with bots. This is unfortunately the shitty reality of being a small-scale multiplayer live service game in the year of our Lord 2026. Despite this, I still wouldn't sleep on this game because holy shit, this game is actually really fucking good. There are 2 modes in this game, the standard multiplayer mode and a 6-player zombie wave survival mode. Let's start with the multiplayer. You get to pick and choose whether you want to play on the US Army or the Viet Cong, and each team has their own set of weaponry. The game has a class system similar to Battlefield, each one playing much differently from one another, and each class, minus the assault class, has their own gadget to go with it. There are 6 classes in total, and I will go over each one. First is the assault class, which is just your typical run and gun class. They have access to a wide array of assault rifles, battle rifles, carbines, bolt action rifles, and a single shotgun. This class doesn't have a gadget, but all of these weapons are pretty strong, so this is an all-around good class for beginners. Then we have Medic, which mainly uses submachine guns and a few machine pistols. They can't revive teammates, but their gadget is so damn strong that it makes up for it. It's borderline overpowered. They have 3 medic bags that they can throw on the ground, and anyone standing near them gets healed, and you're actually able to pick the bags back up again. The game only lets you regenerate HP up to 50, but the medic bags allow you to heal back up to max. Another thing that makes them so good is that when you pick a bag up, you immediately heal 50 HP. So if you get injured, you can just repeatedly throw bags on the ground and pick them back up to immediately heal yourself. The only thing that stops this class from being truly broken is that they can't replenish their ammo. If you run out of bullets, you have to pick up someone else's gun. And speaking of replenishing ammo, next we have Gunner, which is basically the support class from Battlefield. They use light machine guns, and they can throw ammo bags on the ground to give bullets to yourself and your teammates. There's not much else to this class. Next we have Sniper, which uses bolt action and semi-auto rifles, but they also have a crossbow that can kill enemies in one shot. Their gadget is a flare gun that pings enemies on the minimap, and you can also directly shoot an enemy with a flare to set them on fire. Sniping is actually stupidly strong in this game, because for starters there's basically no such thing as bullet velocity. Every weapon is hit scan like in Call of Duty. Also, any enemy that gets shot in the torso or higher is basically a one-shot kill, so it can be incredibly annoying to play against a decent sniper.
Enemy down.
But the sniper not only has scope glare, but they also don't have a whole lot of ammo, so you're kinda fucked if you run out. Next is Radioman, which has access to a wide array of carbines, submachine guns, machine pistols, and a shotgun. This class is pretty fun to play because they get a pair of binoculars that lets you call in artillery and napalm strikes on the enemy, and listening to the sound of it rain down and watching the kill feed as a bunch of people get blown up is really satisfying. Last but not least, Engineer, which can use SMGs and a few machine pistols. There are vehicles in this game, but they don't get a repair torch. Instead, they have access to a bunch of heavy weaponry like the M79 grenade launcher, an RPG, and a goddamn flamethrower. And unless the enemy is wearing a flak jacket, a one-shot kill is basically a given. You get to pick and choose a primary, secondary, melee weapon, and 2 grenades, but you can also equip a gas mask which protects you against gas grenades, a flak jacket which reduces explosive damage, and an extra magazine of ammo. However, equipping all of this adds on weight to your soldier which reduces your movement speed, and the game has a stamina mechanic on top of this, so keep that in mind. You're also able to customize your soldier and what they look like. There are a ton of options to choose from, and all of them make sense for the time period. This game is actually trying to be gritty and not just make a mockery out of realistic warfare and the horrors that came with it. God forbid I use the term historically accurate in this day and age. Now let's move on to the weapons, because holy shit, these guys genuinely blew their load here. There are over 200 weapons in this game. I'm not kidding. Granted, some of these are just variants of other weapons, but even then, there are tons of weapons in this game. A lot of these I've never even heard of, like the H&R T223, the M60 Rising, the Madsen M50, the K50M, the MAS38, and the Type 64. There are also quite a handful of sidearms, including my beloved Makarov, the Browning High Power,
God bless Browning High Power,
and what might be the best gun in the whole game, the Baby Browning. Oh, fuck yeah, dude! Fucking look at it! It's so tiny! That's amazing. Now let's move on to how the game actually plays. There are a bunch of maps, and they are actually well designed. They're on the smaller side, so gunfights are rampant, and the flow of matches is pretty chaotic, which is exactly what I look for with these types of arcade twitch shooters. The gunplay in this game is very damn good, and the hit detection is spot on. My biggest complaint would be that there are no random spawns in this game. Each team only spawns on one side of the map like in Overwatch, so if you get spawn killed it can be really annoying. Now let's talk about the zombies mode. There are 6 maps specifically for this mode. It's your standard zombie wave survival mode that allows up to 6 players at once, and at the start of each round you can build barricades to slow down the Zeds and force them to break down the barricade before they can start rushing you. There are actually a shitload of enemy types like dogs, crows, rats, fucking buffalo, screamers like the sirens in Killing Floor, these large, slow but tanky motherfuckers, and these guys who seem to have had a bit too much foe and now have the need to aggressively fart on your face. That's not even a joke. These guys release poisonous gas by farting. You can literally hear it. Getting kills nets you money, and when the round ends, your ammo is automatically refilled. Then, in between rounds, you use the money you earned at a shop to buy perks and better weapons. Each weapon is divided into tiers. The more expensive it is, the better it performs, so it would be wise to save up money for those more expensive guns, and you're actually able to carry more than 2 weapons. Look at this screenshot here. I have 2 primaries and 4 sidearms. I'm like the John Wick of the 1960s.
No time to waste, GI. You want firepower? I got plenty of boom boom.
Damn. You're a bit thick. The only goal is to survive as long as possible, Halo Reach style. If you die, you have to wait until the next round before you can play again, and if everyone dies, it's game over. However, what sucks ass is that there's no self-revive mechanic when you're playing solo, so if you die, that's pretty much it. You just eat shit. Now with all of this praise that I've given the game, you would think that it's just a perfect 10 out of 10 recommendation, yeah?
No.
Other than the low player numbers and the annoying spawn mechanics, there is one other thing that I really do not like. The game has a server browser, and there's no such thing as a pre-game lobby screen like in Call of Duty. You just vote for the next map when the match is over. If you want to host your own server, like say you wanted to host a private multiplayer match or a custom zombies game with your friends, you can't do that unless you pay for it via a subscription service. So if you want to play with your friends, you have to hope that there's a server with a map you want to play on, and also hope that there's enough room for everyone to join. It's pretty shitty. Despite this game's problems, I would still wholeheartedly recommend giving it a try. If you're a fan of these types of games, then you definitely should pick this game up. It's a very quality title that is hidden on a lot of people's radars. I think you would be in for a good time. If I managed to get some friends to play this with me, that'd be a fucking blast. Okay, I talked a lot about this game, and that's only just the first one. I'm starting to realize how much of a feat it is to start doing your own YouTube videos. Why don't we move on to the next game, yeah? Oh yeah, Bloodstrike. I love this game. Bloodstrike is an FPS game for PC and mobile developed and published by NetEase. Yes, I'm not kidding, NetEase, as in the Marvel Rivals people. Because it's a port of a mobile game, it runs perfectly fine on my computer, though the load times can be a bit long unless you have it installed on an SSD. Thankfully, the game is only 20 gigabytes. This game couldn't be any more of a Warzone and or an Apex Legends clone if it tried. I mean, there are mechanics that are ripped straight from those games, among other things. The newest character that was added has a goddamn jetpack like Valkyrie. There are 41 weapons in this game, including an RPG and a goddamn minigun, which is actually pretty fun to use. The game has a weapon progression system similar to Call of Duty. You gain weapon levels by killing enemies, which then unlock attachments, each one having both positive and negative effects to the weapon, like the Gunsmith in Modern Warfare 2019. You can also spend XP tickets to level up the weapon faster, which you earn by just playing the game. When you get the weapon to a certain level, you can then start doing camo challenges to unlock skins for the weapon, including a few different variants of gold camo, which honestly look really cool. The gunplay in this game is just ace. The hit detection is spot on, and each weapon feels good to use, each one having their own strengths and weaknesses, my personal favorites being the HEK-416, the M4, the MP7, the Vector,
Looks like it might just be...
the F2000,
Yeah, what?
and the Uzi.
What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to hit a... on all damage sword.
The game also recently added in a Thompson, so now you can relive your Gangster Leon fantasies. The game has a hero system, which are called Strikers in this game, each one having their own abilities, although the cooldowns are really long in this game, so you can't just spam them all willy-nilly. You have to use them strategically and still actually engage in gunfighting 99% of the time in order to win. The game literally looks and plays like Apex Legends. It has sliding, it has slide canceling, it has reload canceling, it has tac sprinting, exactly the same. The only difference is that you don't use shield items to replenish it. Instead, your shield regenerates after not being shot for a short time, but you still gotta restore your health. It has very fast-paced movement similar to that game, so if you are already not a big fan of the spastic movement in that game, then this game is not for you. Because holy shit, this game gets fucking sweaty at times. And that's funny coming from me. Even in the casual mode, when I'm not fighting against bots, I'm going up against people who play like they're a full stack in the top 100 and my team gets decimated. Yeah, this game has bots as well at times, and if you decide to play ranked, you only start going up against real players once you get to Platinum or Diamond. There are multiple modes in this game: Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, Squad Fight, which is a 4v4 one life only elimination mode, and even Prop Hunt. There is also a Battle Royale mode if you actually still give a shit about the culling in the Big 26. The game has ranked for both Battle Royale and Squad Fight. Squad Fight I consider to be the most competitive mode in this game. The mode has a buy system similar to Counter-Strike. You get a handful of preset guns to purchase, but for $3,000 you can use one of your custom loadout weapons, but be careful because you also have to buy armor. But what's pretty cool is that you can also use weapon loadouts made by people on your friend list. If you play Squad Fight with friends, you get to use their custom kitted guns, which is pretty awesome. You even get to share your gun builds with other people as well. As long as their weapon is a high enough level, they can just copy and paste your attachment setups. And since I mentioned Search and Destroy, look at this map. This looks oddly familiar, doesn't it? They didn't even try to hide this. What about this map? Looks a lot like Kill House from COD 4, doesn't it? Oh, and how about this Battle Royale map? What does this look like to you? That's right, PUBG! No, this is clearly Warzone. I mean, the layout in some of the buildings, like the prison, look different, but come on, this is fucking Alcatraz from COD Warzone. They didn't even try to hide it. I'm not gonna sit here and discuss the legality of copying maps from other games, but what I will say is that I actually enjoy this game a hell of a lot more than Warzone. I can't fucking stand modern Warzone these days. This Battle Royale is alright, it's pretty standard. There are 3 maps, and you can play either solo or with a squad of 4 people. It has the buy stations where you can purchase ammo and weapons, but you can also spend money to call in UAVs that reveal enemy locations on the map. If a teammate dies, you can also spend money to respawn them. You don't really get a whole lot from winning other than XP towards challenges if you're trying to complete the seasonal battle pass and other event passes. And while I'm on the subject of battle passes, now it's time to talk about the elephant in the room, and that is the insane amount of microtransactions that are in this game. Granted, this is a free-to-play mobile game, so the game has to make money from somewhere, and while none of the skins are utterly game-breaking and you can earn in-game currency to get some of these skins for free by just playing, there are still so many microtransactions in this game that it's flat-out egregious. There's so much of this shit. There's seasonal battle passes, there's a shitload of events with their own passes. The game has done numerous crossovers with popular anime such as Bleach, Neon Genesis Evangelion, and the 7 Deadly Skins. Each crossover having a bunch of limited special cosmetics. There's an entire gacha system with tons of operator and weapon skins locked behind it. There's loot boxes, there's a shitload of daily and weekly challenges to complete and redeem, there's a bunch of daily login rewards, there's this f***ing cat that I see almost everywhere. Holy shit. Did you guys not think that this was overkill? If the core gameplay was not as good as it is, I would not even be sure if I would have recommended picking this game up. This game really should just have a regular storefront like in Combat Master. The game is just so damn fun, especially in ranked when I play with my buddy Merc. I downed somebody, he had
Behind
a
you.
fucking katana. Yep. Got him.
Good one. There's a fucking sniper.
Got him.
Good one. Fucking shotgun, by the way. Yeah, they were low, very low.
Damn. Nice. Hit.
70 on the horse.
Ah! Shit! Help me, somebody! Incendiary shotgun!
Coming.
Saved my life, fuck. Guy was lighting me on fire with a fucking shotgun.
Very low. Everyone here is low.
Hit. 70.
Your shield's done.
Hit. Down.
150. 150 actually.
Knocked one.
Behind your shot. Going for the second one. Got it. No,
Nice.
he was not behind it. It was a fucking teammate shooting at you. Like I saw that bullet come in there.
Damn!
Like a good. There are 3 people on the roof.
Knocked one.
Okay, going to finish the kill.
I got the Emma.
1 HP. Got her. Come on, Raz.
He
Got
tried to run.
He tried to run. He tried.
Dude, that fucking
then you have
shotgun,
this.
man. Jesus. Yeah, I'm
He's
coming.
down with me.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Oh. Yeah, it's still there. They're healing. The Alondra guy is 1 HP.
Whoa!
70. Don't worry, he's very low. Got him. They are all camping down there, Sean. They're all there. Got fucking shot.
Yeah, this fucking shotgun is insane. Okay.
It is worse. Yeah, he's
Knocked
behind
one.
there. He's not happy. He's not happy. I repeat, he's not happy. Knocked him.
I got her.
100.
Shit.
Hit him for 100.
Behind the tree.
Yeah, going there.
Hit. 100.
Hey, hey, what the matter?
You got him. Nice.
Yep. We hit him a lot, so he was like 1 shot anyway.
Damn.
Yeah, he was 1
MVP.
shot.
Holy shit. Speaking of ranked, there is ranked for both Battle Royale and for Squad Fight. And playing ranked is worth doing, because the rewards you get for playing it are awesome, like emotes, avatars, sprays, and even weapon skins. If you get to Legend ranked, you get what I consider to be the sickest looking camo in the whole game, Sapphire. The color is just gorgeous, and you get to choose what weapon you want to unlock it for, which is awesome. I played this game so much that I actually did reach Legend rank. It's just that addicting. I still would recommend playing this game if you like competitive PvP games. It really has that Call of Duty/Apex familiarity to it. Meanwhile, it runs better, has better anti-cheat, and has a fraction of the storage requirement. And now we move on to the last game, and this is the one that I've been looking forward to talking about the most. It's a game that I really love playing, and I've had a lot of really great moments with it. Oh man, this game. I love this game. Due Process is a PC tactical FPS game set in a futuristic cyberpunk setting, developed by an extremely small indie studio, which are named
Giant Enemy Crab.
Yes, I'm not kidding, the studio is actually called that. The game is retailed at just $10 on Steam, but when the game is on sale, it's only $1. However, there are a few major problems with this game that may actually affect your overall enjoyment of it, and the first issue is the player base, or rather, the lack of a player base. As of the recording of this video, the last time I checked SteamDB, the peak 24-hour player count was at just 17 people, and updates to the game have been really stagnant as of lately. And unlike the previous 2 games I talked about, this game does not have bots in its matchmaking, which means that this game needs players in order to be actually playable. However, it's not all doom and gloom, as you are actually still able to play the game and earn XP even if there aren't enough players to fill a lobby. The game also has 0 microtransactions, and has 5 battle passes, all of them being free. You're even able to swap and earn XP in each battle pass as you please, which means that if you play enough, you will be able to unlock every single cosmetic item in the game, which is just awesome. There are 3 modes, 2v2s, unranked, and ranked, but because of the extremely small player numbers, 2v2s and ranked is basically unplayable. There are other major issues. There's a tutorial mode that teaches you the bare minimum when it comes to the mechanics, and there's a practice mode where you get to fight against bots, but oops! It's broken! And yet, the quality of the gameplay is just unmatched for me personally. Let me start talking about the actual gameplay, because my god, this game is fun, and hopefully this will be enough to convince you to not sleep on this game. The game is a 5v5, one life only bomb defusal mode, but you are able to run a gun at the same time, and there's also an ADS mechanic, so the game plays way more like Rainbow Six Siege than Counter-Strike. You have 2 teams, attackers and defenders. The attackers have to infiltrate a building and defuse a bomb before it explodes, while the defenders have to stop the attackers from doing so, and each team has their own set of weapons and gadgets to assist them. What makes this game play so differently than every other TAC shooter is that every single item has to be shared between you and your whole team. Weapons, ammo, grenades, breaching charges, everything. This means you and your team have to pick and choose what you want to bring with you. But you also have to work together and not die, because everything that you had on you when you die is forever lost until the teams swap. So consider this before you nab all of the good guns, because there are weapons that are definitely better than others. As the attacker at the start of every round, you get a map screen where you and your teammates can draw out the quickest route to get to the bomb. Or you could just, do this, because I am a child. What also makes this play much differently than every other TAC shooter is that the maps swap every round, and the maps are also randomly generated in layout. No joke. This means that no round will ever play the same, and this is pretty crazy. It forces you to be on your toes as you're unsure of what to expect in the next round. The attackers have access to a wide array of assault rifles, shotguns, designated marksman rifles, a ballistic shield, and a charged sniper rifle. The attackers can also use night vision goggles so they can see in dark areas, but be careful because you only get 4 of these. The defenders get some AKs, SMGs, pistols, DMRs, and shotguns. They have a handful of tools to make it harder for the attackers to reach the objective. They get barbed wire, which slows down movement and can't be destroyed. They get Molotov cocktails, which do a shitload of damage, fire extinguishers that create giant clouds of smoke when shot or blown up, and flares and flashlights to help them see in the dark. The defenders also have the ability to shut off the lights on night maps, making it harder for the attackers to see, hence why the night vision goggles are so important. The gunplay in this game is actually really goddamn good. I have no issues with hit detection, and this game actually does not have a one-shot headshot mechanic like in Counter-Strike and Valorant, unless you use a specific 1 or 2 weapons. And this avoids the frustration of popping around a corner only to get immediately one-tapped in the head and sent back to, Ensign Island. You have to actually hit your shots, and also you can only carry 2 magazines of ammo, and each mag has their own number of bullets, so you can't just repeatedly reload like in every other game. It's more like how it works in Insurgency Sandstorm. The catharsis of working with my team, slowly pushing into the objective, or holding angles, and picking off targets one by one is what makes me come back to this game. That and the community is amazing. There is a very small and very dedicated community that is desperately trying to keep the game alive, myself included. While you do rarely tend to run into one toxic person, most of the people I've run into were very friendly, and I've had some very hilarious moments with the people I've met while playing.
What is he doing? Oh my god.
kill him. That's all you can do is kill him.
Do we have another AFK?
One AFK, yes.
Fucking cuffing thing. Mid-sentence.
Wow, good discipline, man. I must admit.
I had 3 bullets.
Yeah, but you saved those 3 bullets until you saw the fucker. Most people would just shoot as soon as the door was kicked open. That was very good discipline.
I've talked to people who have told me that when there's a sale, they buy 10, 20, even 30 copies of the game for other people just so that the player numbers could stay healthy, which is just insane to me. At this point though, I think the only way that this game could get any sort of major resurgence is if it were to go free to play. I'm not really sure what else they could do at this stage, because I don't want to see the game die. It's a genuinely well-made game, and the interactions that I've had with people while playing it are very heartfelt.
Got one. Got 2. Window. He's got a shield, be careful.
Just shoot through the door, shoot through the door, shoot through the door.
Gotta reload.
Got one. Grenade.
Flashbang. Got a 3rd. Four. Holy shit. Got one outside window.
Are they going free door?
Got him.
Sounds like their server.
Flashed.
Dude.
I'm stuck on the door.
Sean VR, whatever your name is. Why are you cracked with the Ingmar? Because I remember just a few days ago you got some crazy kills on me with that gun.
Oh, that's because they're really good at video games.
Got another one. I'm flashed. I can't see.
I got the last guy with the leg roast.
They're inside the door. Shion, left door. Yeah, that door.
Oh.
One left. Just play safe. Play safe. Close the door. Hold bomb. We just need to tie this and we win. Watch that door. Yep.
Oh. GG's.
The community and the game itself deserve better. I would rather play this over Rainbow Six Siege any day of the week. I would wholeheartedly recommend nabbing this game during a sale, and I hope that I can get some of my friends to jump on the game with me as well, as I am also one of the people who is trying to keep the game alive. If one day the official servers for the game shuts down, then someone steps up to the plate and makes a sort of modded client for it so that people can still play it, because there really isn't anything else that looks and plays like this game. Phew. And with that, I think that's pretty much it. This project ended up being much longer than what I was anticipating it to be. The scope of this is far larger than what I could ever post on Twitter. I was pretty happy with how my last 2 videos turned out. The reception was very positive, with both videos breaking over 500 views, which probably doesn't sound like anything to you, but for someone like me who only has 100 subs, that is a lot. I appreciate every single view and comment that I get. This gives me a motivation to keep doing it and have fun while I'm doing it. Not to mention, I have opportunities to meet and talk to new people. Not to sound generic, but if you did actually make it all the way to the end, that means a lot to me, and I hope you enjoyed watching all of this. Much love to you, and take care of yourselves.